Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing this morning? My name's Jennifer Louise. I have with me my dear friend and sidekick, Christian Aluzzi. Now, we are doing something very, very different today. We are now streaming into both of our groups at the same time. So welcome to everyone from the Salon Owners Social Media Club, and welcome to everyone that's inside Level Up Business Academy also. And we are also live on YouTube as well. So questions will be coming in from all over the place. We will do our best to answer them. Good morning, Tracy. If any of you guys have got any, or if you just want to sit and listen, that's also super cool. So for my guys in the social media group, Christian, just introduce yourself, like say hey, no one knows you yet. Let's start building connections.
Good morning. Thanks, Jennifer. My name is Christian Aluzzi. For those of you that don't know me, I am a performer. I'm a dancer, choreographer, coach, judge, you name it. Also going into property. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just doing it all. But I'm here today just to add a bit more value to what's going on with this live. So feel free to ask any questions, and this is what we're here for. We're here to serve you guys.
So for those of you that already know me, you'll know that my energy is super fast and super quick. So I suggest while we're just getting ready, you make sure you go and get some water so that you can stay hydrated. You sit up in your seat so that your physiology is ready to take on some amazing information that we've got for you today.
Right.
And you get a pen and paper so you can take some notes. Now, lucky for you guys, Christian is my yin to my yang, 100%. I'm the one that's like, blah, 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 and Christian's like, slow it down. We don't need to rush through this. So you might notice like a change in my energy. That's what he does for me. We are now in business together. We've opened up a Level Up Business Academy due to the explosion of Clubhouse, really. It's just phenomenal. So tell us a little bit about Clubhouse and your journey on there at the moment, Christian, and what's happening.
Okay, so Clubhouse for me, I only just joined last week, so I've only been there for just 6-7 days, coming up to 7 days. This platform is an absolute game changer, honestly. The amount of information that is being provided and given, at first for me, the first few days, it was just truly overwhelming because I thought, wait, hold on a minute, I'm getting all of this for free, but at the same time, what am I going to do with this information? So I'm constantly just jotting it down, sitting there in the rooms. You've got like absolute titans like Grant Cardone. You've got even one of the rooms, Tyrese, the famous movie star and singer, turned up. You've got absolute titans within the business industry just giving some incredible, invaluable advice, dropping some serious gems and bombs. So for me, it's been a massive learning curve. It's helped me learn even more. So now I've got more information that I can provide in the coaching. Absolutely, like it's a game changer. So now I feel as though I am even more well equipped to just provide information and serve the people that are asking me for my services.
Absolutely. Tracy's just saying here, I wish I could get on Clubhouse, but I'm on Android. It's such a pain. But Christian, you were on Android. And what did you do?
Okay, so check this out. I was on Android just over a week ago, right? I had a Samsung, and Jen was telling me about Clubhouse, and I thought, okay, you know what? I'm not going to miss this opportunity. I'm going to take action and do something about it. I literally went and called up my a network provider and asked for an iPhone. I kid you not. This is straight up. Like for me, when I hear something and I know it's massively valuable, I need to take action. So that's what I did. I just called up my network provider and said, "What deals do you have on the iPhone 12?" And they provided me with everything that I needed. Lo and behold, the next day I had an iPhone. And I'm on Clubhouse.
Yay!
And we're absolutely smashing it.
And we're dubbing it Crack House because you are so addicted once you are on there. Just a little bit about me for the guys over in Level Up. I know lots of you guys know Christian and who Christian is. My name's Jennifer Louise. I'm the Successful Salon Mentor, and I help salon owners raise their voice, visibility and their profits through using a strong social media strategy, and really getting their message out there correctly. And one of the things that I really learned on Clubhouse over the last, I've been moderating rooms for the last 8 days, and like Christian said, last night we were modding a room, and all of a sudden I'd get a phone call. I was literally like, I'm not going on Clubhouse today. That's it. I'm done with Clubhouse today. I need to rest my brain. And all of a sudden I get a phone call. We're in a room. The room's really dead. There's only 3 mods on there. Jen, can you come in and add some value, give some help? And I did. Within about 2 hours, we had Grant Cardone just pop in. Here the man comes in. Tyrese pops in. And all of a sudden, all these massive names, John Lee pops up. There's everybody in this room, and everyone sharing all of their wealth of knowledge that they've got, which was super, super cool. But lots of the questions that I get asked or that I answer over on Clubhouse, and for those of you that don't know, it's a voice platform. So it's a little bit like what Christian and I are doing right now, having this conversation with you, adding value and answering any questions you may have, but it's just voice. So you can't see anyone's face, which is super, super cool. And it takes that vulnerability away from the people that want to get their message out there, but don't want to show up on camera. So I think it's just the most amazing thing ever. But lots of people are asking questions. And when I really drill down with them and say, like, who is your ideal client? They're like really wishy-washy answers. Like, my ideal client is between 25 and 85. They're women. They like shopping. It's really, really generic. And so in the last week, we've started creating a product called the Ideal Client Blueprint, because I'm doing that much coaching on Clubhouse now around this subject that for me, it's easier to create a course that I can just be like, DM me, get the course, go do it. And you'll get much more value out of it because it will take you through the entire system. I've literally got 2 minutes to do a bit of coaching on Clubhouse. So it's even allowed us to give extra products to the people that are in our network and that are in our business and our coaching companies. So it's just phenomenal. So we just want to walk around the whole ideal client thing, because especially in salons and especially in dance schools, when I ask the question, who is your ideal client, I get the wishy-washiest answer you will ever hear in your life. And it infuriates me, because I'm like, this is the staple to your business. You don't get this right, you get nothing right. Okay. And for those of you that have got a really successful business and a wishy-washy answer, you do know who your ideal client is. You've been doing it subconsciously because it wouldn't work otherwise. And if you actually sat down and wrote it out, the answer would be really, really clear. Now, everyone knows I wrote, this is all back to front. I have to remember that. I haven't been on here for a while. Everyone knows I wrote an entire chapter in the Law of Brand Attraction book around ideal client. And my concept is really simple. It's who's your Sue. So I'm just going to take you back into the story of why Sue is so important, and just to give you a bit of context as to why you need to figure this out in your business. So around 10 years ago, I nearly lost my business, and I don't hide that. I share that very freely, because I want everybody to know that, you know, it all has to start somewhere. I was very organic in the first kind of few years of my business, and it just happened. But then all of a sudden the money ran out, and I made a silly mistake. I pulled in a coach that wasn't qualified to do what he showed up to do inside of my business, and I didn't get recommendations, and I didn't find out about him. I was just like, yeah, this dude's cool. He was actually my ex-husband's friend, so I really trusted him. And he inserted something into my business that absolutely broke it. Didn't factor forward the date range of when things were going to happen. So we ran out of money, and there was just like no money to pay wages or bills. And I remember sitting there, just sitting in the salon, thinking, how on earth am I going to tell all these guys that they're going to be out of a job soon? And when I looked around the salon, I suddenly realized everyone in the chairs were young girls, new mums, actually. I was attracting what I was at the time. And new mums, we know, don't have much time, don't have much money, some of them, you know, and that was the group that I was attracting into the business. And I suddenly thought, Jesus, I'm attracting people with no money. I'm attracting low-end clients that want to have an amazing haircut, which is what we provide, but don't have the money to pay for it full. They were all on discounts, they were all offer hoppers, and of course they'll jump to the next salon when the next salon has a viable offer. At that very moment, the door opened, and in literally sashayed this woman that, her name is Sue, and she just caught my attention immediately. She had this beautiful snowy white perfect bob with this little side fringe sweeping her face. She had all this amazing, like really chunky silver jewelry, really kind of Primrose Hill, this really long camel coat that just graced the top of her beautiful shoes. And I could see that she was a woman of stature. And at that very moment, I realized that is my ideal client. That is who I want to sell my product to, because the clients that I was selling to at that moment in time didn't have the money to take my business forward, but she did. And so as she spoke with the most eloquent voice I've ever heard, and she booked her hair cut and colour, she then came in, she had her cut and colour, she took products, she had conversations with everybody, she was very confident. I decided to literally spend the next 12 weeks getting to know this woman inside and out. And it's exactly the strategy that I coach you through the Law of Brand Attraction and our ideal client blueprint. We're going to go really, really super deep in that. It's just being filmed at the moment, so it won't be, it will literally be a few weeks time until it's out. But I want to get that into the hands of as many business owners as possible to save you the desperation of spending years and years and years doing it wrong. So I'm going to go into a little bit of coaching now. I'm going to share my screen because I want to give you some examples, because a lot of business owners say to me, I know my ideal client, and they're so hell-bent on the fact that they do, that they don't realize they actually don't. So before I go into that, Christian, is there anything you want to add there?
Do you know, it's funny that you say that, because your method of finding your Sue applies so much to the arts industry. Like, for example, there are art schools, dance schools, drama schools, music schools, these small businesses that don't actually know who their target audience is. So now that, after hearing your story, and I'm actually implementing your method of finding your Sue into these coaching, first started off one-to-ones, now we're doing a one-to-many. So for any of the art schools that are watching, when you really, really dive into it and become part of the community, and also come onto our courses, you will then be able to really, really target who and identify who your audience is, who you are actually trying to attract. Because a lot of the art schools make the biggest mistake of thinking that their target audience is the children, when in actuality, it's the parents. They are the ones, they're the ones that you need to target. But at the same time, where to target them is a different story. So thinking places like Instagram or TikTok is going to be the places that are going to target your audience. Some of the people that you're trying to attract are not on these platforms. So you have to kind of now do your homework, do your due diligence, and find out exactly where it is that they are hanging out. So like Jen said, you now have to like do your homework and try and find out, where are your Sues? Where are they hanging out? Okay. So once you've identified that, you're able to now attract the right students and solve the problems that they are so longing to find a solution for. So that's my addition to that. I'm just ad-libbing to what Jen said.
Thank you. So we're going to give you I'm going to give you some coaching around coffee, actually, because it's a market. I hear lots of dance schools, and we're going to, forgive me guys if you're not in the dance space or if you're not in the hairdressing space, we're going to solely focus on those two spaces right now. What I will say is, if we're not focusing on your space and you're in a different business, DM either Christian or I on Facebook or on Instagram and give us your ideal client bio. Tell us who they are, and we can give you some feedback and say, you know, yeah, absolutely, we totally agree with that, or no, do you know what, you need to do some more work. And I bet your bottom dollar it will be you need to do some more work, and you're going to really understand that right now. We've got a Facebook user saying, so true and so relatable, Christian. Just a little bit of housekeeping for anyone on this live at the moment. Right at the very top of this live, when you just scroll on your screen, I'm guessing most of you are watching this on your phones, you'll see a little blue link that says let StreamYard grant access to your name. You only need to ever tap that once, and for the rest of the duration, whenever you hop onto one of our lives, we will know it's you. But if you don't do that, it just tells us Facebook user and doesn't give us your name. Yeah. And it's really lovely for us to see the names of people that we know popping up, and also because then we know a little bit about your business, we can give you the exact advice that you're wanting from us, rather than a generic answer. So let's have a look at coffee. So most people, like in the dance space and like in the salon owner space, will be like, the market is saturated. Now, Ramsgate has over 70 odd salons and few of them have closed down, so I can't tell you the exact number anymore. But that is a saturated market space in one town. Yet we position ourselves as the very best, and it's by knowing who our Sue is. So let's have a look at coffee. Again, a very saturated market, but it's about knowing who you sell coffee for and marketing just to that person. So if you were selling coffee, like I'm sitting here sipping now, are you selling it to women that connect over coffee? Women that share ideas and build each other up over coffee? Or are you selling it to the fitness space? Are you selling it to men that like to go clay pigeon shooting? Now, I use these three as an example because the marketing would be very, very, very different. And I'm going to show you some of that marketing in just a second for all the different types of spaces that I'm talking about. So let's just share my screen with you so that you can see. I currently can't see anything other than my screen. So if questions come up, forgive me. I won't be able to answer them until I've just finished this piece of coaching, but do get them up there because I would love to be able to tell you a bit more. So this website here is Black Rifle Coffee. So this is a coffee house selling to guys that do clay pigeon shooting, that own rifles out in America. And if you look at their branding, it's all very focused on the guy that's in the military, the guy that shoots, that does like shooting, clay pigeon shooting. You'll see that the packaging is all in the colors that a guy would want. You'll see that some of the extra apparel and things, they've actually changed this since last night. I'm really annoyed because I had some really great apparel here. It was all like camouflage tops and camouflage t-shirts. The coffee mug is a mug that one of those guys would be really, really proud to drink their coffee from. You know, and they're doing apparel so that they're building a brand. There's people that not just drink the coffee, but they wear the t-shirt and they drink out of those coffee mugs. They really, really know who to, and actually position the mug as the main focus of the brand, so that not just would you want to buy the coffee, but you want to buy the mug now because the mug is everywhere. It's like on people's heads everywhere. And they've really, really focused in on the ideal client, the end user, okay? What Christian said earlier about, you know, dance schools thinking that they're selling to the child is the end user. The dancer is the end user, unless they're parting with their own money to come into your establishment. So here we're focusing on the end user. Obviously, it's an American brand. They're not trying to sell to English guys or Lithuanian guys. They're very American. I'm guessing that that is a coffee mug over Mr. Trump's head. I'm assuming. So I'm guessing they're not there for Trump. They're on the other side, which is great. And that eagle as well. So there we go. That is Black Rifle Coffee. Now let's look at Bulletproof Coffee. And most of you will remember Bulletproof Coffee. About 2 or 3 years ago, it came into the fitness space where it replaced milk with high performance fats so that your body absorbs the coffee at a slower rate. And so therefore a hit of coffee is not going to give you an hour's worth of productivity. It's going to give you 5 hours worth of productivity. So look at the marketing on Bulletproof. It lends itself very, very closely to any of the fitness websites that sell protein powder or BCCAs and all the different things that we put inside of our body when we go training at the gym. You know, the coloring is very focused towards gym. There's a lot of orange in there and white, which a lot of gyms use. There's a lot of nutritional information because that's really important to people that purchase protein powder. We want to know what's in it. What's the best protein powder for our money that hasn't got all the crap inside it? So we check the nutritional information. Now, Black Rifle Coffee didn't put any of that in there because the guy with the gun, that he doesn't care. He just wants to be part of that gang. Whereas the guy that wants to drink coffee to be a high performance athlete or gym bunny, they want to know what's in there. So they really have targeted their websites and their marketing to that audience. And I think that's really, really key. Even the way that this is set up, if you go onto any of the fitness industry websites that sell protein powder, that's exactly what it looks like. It's literally an imitation, and yet they're selling coffee. The other thing I want to point you to is the fact, and we're going to go into this in a bit more detail in just a second, but they started with the coffee and then they figured out what the next 3 to 5 products were going to be. So Bulletproof started with Bulletproof Coffee, which is here. Then they moved into the G market. Then they moved into MCT oil, which I absolutely love. I'm not a fan of the G oil. The MCT oil is phenomenal. I love it. And so they really focused on, okay, what's the journey that we're going to take the ideal client through? Just one more and a different niche. These guys here, the Energy Blueprint, they started off selling, I haven't got them here. I suffer really bad with my eyes because I'm in front of the screen. Like my day starts at 6:30 in the morning. And like today, I am back to back from calls back and forth to Clubhouse to coaching calls, back to Clubhouse to more coaching calls. And they end at about 9:30 tonight. Then I've got to jump in my DMs and answer all my messages. And I'm telling you now, I get hundreds every single day at the moment from being on Clubhouse. So like my day is so screen focused. And I have had to go and buy some blue glasses just so that I'm not absorbing all of that blue light all the time. So I take them off when I'm doing this, but I'm like proper geeky behind the scenes. I've got these glasses on and they're ugly as hell. I'm not going to lie. And these guys here, they solved the problem. The founder of this company couldn't sleep. He was like in the insomnia space. And he realized it was because he was working late, staring at a screen. So he manufactured these glasses to stop the blue rays from coming in. Now, he was fed up with having ugly glasses, so he made some glasses that looked really amazing. They absolutely thought they went viral. Then he set up a second line and they flopped. Now, why did that happen? Because he'd positioned himself in the market of people that couldn't sleep, that didn't have energy, not the blue sunglasses market. So it wasn't the product that he was attracting sales from, it was the solution, the end solution of, I can't sleep because I'm staring at this screen for 19, 20 hours a day. What can I do about it? And so when he realized that and switched his marketing, he took the lines off. He's now the world's most powerful supplements for energy enhancement. It's all about sleep and insomnia and ultra brain and energy and essential superfoods. And the business is like a multi-million-dollar business. So I just wanted to give you a bit of context on what we're speaking about there. Have you got anything you want to add to that, Christian?
Oh, keep going. It's really, really fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what? This is my thing. I adore it. And I think so many businesses need to understand that they don't really understand who their ideal client is. And it's even something, excuse me, I have Clubhouse horse voice. It's even something that I look at in my own business. Like, I coach this all the time, and I still have to go back and just check, are we on point? Because when you get this blueprint together and go through the ideal client blueprint that we're currently filming at the moment, it's a blueprint for life. Like, when you get that clear and concise, like, you know where you're going. So every business decision you make from there on in is easy. It's for Sue. So the coffee we sell in the salon is for Sue. The music we play in the salon is for Sue. The name badges that my team wear are for Sue. My team dress in the morning for Sue. Like, I've got a complete diverse team of ages. Some of them are very young. Some of them are older. I think I'm the oldest, so that doesn't work well. Shut up, Christian. Pipe it. So all of us have got different taste in clothes, yet we blend together really well, because the team asked themselves the question in the morning, what would Sue like? If my younger guys rocked up in like high top Converse and, you know, really snazzy leather joggers and slashed tops that are showing off their midriff, Sue would turn around and walk out the door. She wouldn't even entertain the salon. So it's about understanding who you market to and getting really, really, really super, super clear. For instance, I'm going to use the dance schools as an example now. Christian spoke really well earlier about the fact that the child is the end user, the parent is the sorry, Chris has just popped in and said morning, Christian, and it just threw me. Morning, Chris.
Morning.
The child is the end user, and the parent is your Sue, is your ideal client. So if you were selling to me, I am a dance mum, or I have been a dance mum for many, many years. Ellie's dropped in and out a couple of times, but she's back in, thank goodness. And I think that's down to Christian. Thank you so much, because it broke my heart when she left the dance school. But for me, I am a really busy mum. My pain points are having to leave work. Like, that just kills me, because I'm busy, I've got stuff to do, I need to get it done. So having to leave work. My pain points are having to then run home, pick Ellie up, grab a bottle of water, get her changed, get her together, get her in the car, drive to the dance school, chuck her out the car, and fulfill that time responsibly, so that I'm not sat there wasting an hour scrolling on social media and then having to work an hour extra in the evening. So if you were a dance school and your ideal client is me, a nearly 40-year-old busy entrepreneur, then I want to come to your dance school and I want you to be providing water and snacks, because I've not got time to go get that stuff. You know, I'm not that super, super organized woman, because I've got so many things that I'm doing. I want you to provide me with a table that I can put my laptop up and work. I want you to provide me with Wi-Fi so that I can sit there and work, so that my daughter feels like I'm spending time with her and I'm doing something for her. And I feel like I'm also doing that, but I'm also doing work so that when we get home at night, I really can spend that time with her.
Mm.
If you were marketing to a single dad, for instance, or a single parent, you know, the pain point there is I can't leave work to get my child to dance at 4 o'clock. You know, I don't have my parents around me to help. I'm a single mum. I can't do that. I mean, I can because I own my businesses. But if I didn't and I was working for somebody else and I couldn't leave, you know, how can you help me there? Can you, Christian and I were talking last night, you know, lots and lots of after school clubs around my area provide a walk-in bus. They stand in the playground of the school with a high vis. The teachers hand the children over to the after school club, and the after school club person walks from that school all the way down to the after school club and keeps the children there till 5:30. You could do that as a dance school. There's nothing to stop you. 5 mentors, 5 different local schools. Be there, pick the children up, take them to the dance school, make it easy. Have the water, have the snacks, you know, have the ability to keep, if you've got a premises that is yours, keep their kit there. Take their kit home and wash it for me. I'm never, ever leaving your school if you're doing all of that for me. And it doesn't matter if Ellie's bored, if Ellie wants to go somewhere else, I'll find a way to keep that kid there because that helps me out.
Yeah. And it's brilliant that you said that, because these are the other things that we mention in terms of student retention. So a lot of the questions that I've been getting a lot, especially throughout lockdown, was how do I keep my kids motivated and how do I keep my students within the school? So some of the information that I'm providing, some of them are implying it and they're implementing it, and it's working. And a lot of the issues that some students are some schools are facing is keeping them engaged in the Zoom classes. I said, now, the information that I'm providing them are absolutely like invaluable. Like I'm not saying that to just blow my own horn, but like, because now they're implementing it, they're finding the engagement of the students is even more so than it was from the previous lockdown, because now they've set themselves in a place where the kids cannot wait to just jump onto Zoom. Some are like absolutely deflated with what's going on, and to a point they're not motivated. So if you're not finding ways to keep your students engaged and retain them within your school, you're absolutely going to fail, and you're going to lose even more coming out of lockdown. So retention is key. Attracting them is one thing. Retaining them is a different story. So now you have to start building strategies and getting really, really creative with it. But these are the things that we do teach. So if you are having those problems, then of course, like, by all means, throw the questions out in the comments, or DM either one of us, and we're happy to have a conversation with you and give you some kind of tips on how to maintain your students within your schools. But that being said, like, Jen is absolutely right. She's speaking from a mum's perspective as well. So from a mum's perspective, you got to take these things into account and think, okay, cool, what additional services can I provide for the parents, not the students, for the parents, that's going to alleviate the pain and make things easier for them. So now you're giving them an almost like an exclusive service that most parents are not going to want to leave. Or, I mean, if the kid's having a bad day, they're like, come on, suck it up. It's only one day. You're going back to the school. It's only one day. But you're now providing solutions for the kids as well as the parents. Now it allows you to take your school to the next level. Okay, cool. You've attracted your clients. You found your SUE. Brilliant. Now you've got your students engaged. Brilliant. Where do you take that? And this is the next level that we are taking with the Level Up Business Academy. So yeah, if you have any questions, by all means, throw them in the comments or DM either one of us, and yeah, we'll get you set up.
Absolutely. And what Christian said is key, the next level. So the next level is what do you, and this is for any business, guys. This is for salons, dance schools, coaching companies. This is for absolutely anything. So you start with your ideal client, and I'm going to pick on salons here because it's the thing I know and love, and I love this industry so much. Now, so for salon owners, when I ask what your ideal client is, I've got an age range. Okay, and one of the things that I'm really, really, really key to do is I don't want an age range, I want an age. I want an age. I don't want an age range. I want an age. I want you to give me an age. For Obsession Salon, that is 40 plus women. So I do attract some, of course you're going to, and I attract men. But you know, my ideal client is 40 plus women that they are professional women that have corporate jobs, that have the need to look confident and presentable in everyday life. Now, can you see how my marketing is going to be very, very different from somebody that's aged 35 to 65, that's a mom, that's a professional, that's wanting to look good. I'm so niche on what I want to achieve. I can talk directly to that client. I've got clients that drive for over an hour and a half just to come and have a haircut with us because I speak to that exact client. And the very first one that ever came through my door that alerted me to the fact that I can now do this, she's a really good friend of ours. Her name is Carly. She's in the business. She's just absolutely lovely. She is a 40 plus professional woman that wants to look good every single day. And that's the conversations that I'm having over on social media. It's not about I can do this amazing haircut or I can do this amazing color. It's those key words that I'm picking out. She's 40 plus, she's professional, she's corporate, she has a need to look and want to feel good every single day, which then allows me to think about the next products. Remember, I spoke about Bulletproof and the next products that they then had in their sales funnel. So for instance, I know for me, I'm a 40 plus woman. Well, I'm not quite there yet. Give me until April. And by the way, if I have a second birthday in lockdown and it's my 40th birthday, I'm going to be really upset. So can we all stay at home? Guys, just promise me this because I need to get out by April 8th because I need to celebrate the fact that or commiserate the fact that I'm turning 40. I'm going to be gutted. But understanding that I'm like 40 plus, I'm a professional woman, I have a need to look and feel confident every single day, I want to look good, what do I want to buy? And it gives me a map now. Okay, so I want to buy hair services, I want to buy my hair color, I want to buy my haircut. What's the next thing I want to buy? I want to buy my nails because I cannot operate with like dirty nails or chipped nails or non-polished nails. That doesn't work in my field. So I need my nails done. I need my eyebrows taken care of. I need a facial. Like it's all these things that then when you really understand that client, you know which next product line. You know, I need retail. I need to be able to do my hair at home. I need someone to teach me so that when I'm not in the salon chair, I can do that myself at home. All these things are now product lines that you can initiate inside your business. Let's look at the coaching companies. The ideal client blueprint is the first thing every company needs to get right in their business.
Oh my God.
So that's the first product. Then we'll move down to social media solutions for salon owners or for business owners, because that's the next question I'm getting asked all the time. Do you do social media? I don't do people's social media for their business accounts. I don't have time to do that. But am I going to now implement that into my business? You sure right I am. I'm looking for a social media manager right now to come in and provide that for you all.
Oh, if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Nope, you've gone. I'm sure he'll be back in just a second, guys. The next part of the funnel then is the successful salon coaching, because I know that everybody needs coaching in order to take their business to the next level around social media and marketing. So I've got a funnel of 3 products, just like with the Bulletproof coffee. They had their next products lined up, and it gave me a clear mindset on exactly what I needed to now, the pathway and what I now need to provide for my ideal client. because I know my ideal client so well. I also know where she's showing up on social media. So for salon owners, thinking about, okay, so where am I going to find this 40 plus professional woman that wants to look and feel good every day? LinkedIn. It's the most professional site out there. That's where they all are, over on LinkedIn. So I want to give value over there on LinkedIn, 100%.
Sorry,
Hey,
I don't know.
he was like, I'm out of here.
My phone is absolutely tripping out. Sorry. Yeah, carry on.
So I'm just going to answer a question here. How do you find your tribe? Okay, your vibe attracts your tribe. You need to think about your ideal client. So the first step I want you to do is this. I want you to reach out to either Christian or I and DM us either on Facebook or on Instagram and tell us who your ideal client is. Now, I don't want you to listen to what I've just said and try and like quickly hash it out and try and make it better than what it already was. I want you to be really authentic, really honest, and tell us exactly what your ideal client avatar is yesterday before you heard any of this. Okay, because that will give us an idea into how we can help you. I need you to be raw, I need you to be real. Otherwise, we can't help you to the best of our ability.
Yeah, and specificity is absolutely key. Like really, really niche it and narrow it down. It will help you and help us.
I can't say that word. I'm glad you said it. Specificity.
There we go.
Another question. Have you got a top tip for dance teachers about keeping kids engaged in rooms in Zoom? Before Christian goes on to answer that, my daughter hates Zoom classes. So if you want to pick an actual child's brain about what they hate about it, then drop me a DM and you can speak to her. But I'm sure Christian's got the answer.
To be honest, I think there's most teachers that don't necessarily enjoy it that much either. But what I say to the teachers is, first and foremost, remember the reason why you were doing it. Like, you are doing it to, if you're a teacher, you love dance and you love to share, you love to teach, you love to help your students grow. First and foremost, that is one thing that you should like take into account before you log on live. Remember why you were doing it. Yeah, it's daunting. Yes, I understand. Like, it's not the same as having human interaction and having people in there, and just we go off energy and vibe by all means. But there's no reason why you cannot create that same energy and the same buzz using the platform that we have now. It's short term, but it is what it is. It's what we have. We can still make the most of it. Some of the tips that I've given was, for example, if you allow your students to get involved in some of the decision making, like for example, okay, I'm going to allow you guys to choose the song that we're going to do a choreography to today. Now, it could become like a raffle. You can give them a list of songs or ask them to bring you a list of songs, narrow it down, and then whoever, you know, is the lucky one gets picked, whose song gets picked. Then there you go. You've now allowed them to be a part of the process. Now, okay, so that's tip one, music. Tip two, if you want to really, really make your lessons fun, throw a theme out there. For example, if you say, okay, cool, we're gonna have like a 90s hip hop and R&B class. So find your best 90s get up, your baggy jeans or your hoodies or your vests, whatever. Now it becomes a bit more of a fun event and experience rather than just a class. What people fail to remember is you want to give your students an experience every time, a different experience. Okay, not just through choreography, but the energy and what you teach them, the information that you pass on is something that should stay and retain within their system. A lot of teachers fail in certain areas and forget that you are a part of a child's growth, the impact that you have on them now will stay on till when they are in their 30s, 40s, whatever. Like my teachers that I had from earlier on, I hold them such high regard because they played a huge and pivotal part in my career and my development and growth, because they made an impact that will never ever leave me. So those are the things that you need to take into account as a teacher, as an educator. Create an experience, find creative ways. We are creative individuals. Find creative ways to make your classes boom. That's the best way that I can put. Then that way you're keeping those kids engaged and interested and looking forward to coming into class. Even with the older ones, I know when they get to their teen years, and then they start discovering boys and girls, and you know, it gets a bit distracted with social media. You now have to really, really do your work and find ways to keep them interested. Okay, so don't just rely on, oh yeah, you know they're gonna come and learn this and whatnot, and hope to think that they're just gonna stay there. You really, really have to work to keep your students. Okay, so my advice is get creative, and there is a list of ways that I've put together. So if you want to know more, by all means, jump on the course, and we will dive real deep into this.
I love that. I also think I'm just going to build on what Christian said, and I'm really conscious of the time because I literally have back-to-back meetings, so I need to be gone in about 5-10 minutes to jump on to another Clubhouse call, and I'm going to actually bring it back to Clubhouse in just a second. But I think, building on what Christian's just said, engaging them outside of the dance lessons is super, super key. And this goes for salon owners as well. I'm going to talk to salon owners about engaging your team, and I'm going to talk to dance schools about engaging the students. Especially now that we're in lockdown, everyone's just sat there like doing their thing. I'm super lucky. Christian's super lucky. We've got these other businesses that we can sit and crack down on. You know, we are on the phone to each other from 6:30 in the morning. Not even joking.
Literally.
Out of conversations from 6:30 in the morning till 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30 the next morning. We are constant. So we've got a whole array of things to fulfill during the day, but I'm conscious that other guys don't. Your team, your students, they're the same thing in both businesses. And it's about engaging them outside of the class or your salon. So I was speaking to a really beautiful friend of mine, Lisa Roberts. She owns the most amazing salon in Barnstable in Devon, Lisa Roberts Hair. And she was telling me the other day about how she's got her team on a group WhatsApp doing quizzes. So one of her team members came in and set a quiz up, and you had to run around the house and find objects that everybody would have in a household. And the first person to take a picture and get it back into the group won. And she baked a big tray of brownies, and they won the tray of brownies. And I thought that was such a phenomenal idea, you know, keeping everyone engaged, connected, building that tribe. So for your children, you know, you could be doing the same thing, having a WhatsApp group, like building the energy, especially on the day before leading up to the class, you know, creating that, what songs do you want, exactly like Christian said, and giving them the option to get involved. The other thing I've seen work so well in the dance school space on TikTok is allowing there to be a full takeover of your TikTok account. Now, your students know exactly how to market a TikTok to get other kids. Like when I speak to Ellie, I'm like, you need to hashtag and you need to do this. And she's like, seriously, you have no idea. Stay off of TikTok.
It's true. It's very different. Instagram and TikTok are very, very different. So do not confuse the two. If you want traffic drawn onto your Instagram, the best way is to spam your TikTok and then send them to your Instagram via loading those videos onto your Instagram. But do not make the mistake of like overflowing the information and your videos onto Instagram. Nobody wants to see their Instagram feed like spammed with like constant videos. At some point, people are like, you know what? I'm going to mute this person because I can't deal. Yeah, honestly, like I've been told this, and I was like, okay, cool, let me do this experiment, and lo and behold, yeah, it's true. So, tip: do not spam your Instagram. Yeah, so if you want to like keep them engaged, TikTok is probably the best way for these younger generation. I mean, I'm not a massive user of TikTok. I'm still pretty much illiterate in that area. I'm gonna completely confess. Not great at it, but I do understand the platform and its uses. So Jen is right. Get the kids to handle that, because they understand it. They know what they want to see. They know what they want to consume. So
absolutely. And the other part of TikTok that I really love, you know, I've watched a dentist absolutely blow up on TikTok and fill her book. She is fully booked. And what she does is she puts out like healthy teeth awareness over TikTok. And now all of a sudden, all the kids in her area are like, I don't want to go to my dentist. I want to go to her. She's really cool. She's on TikTok. So although she understands that the end user is the child, the buyer is the mum, she's also really, really, really well positioning herself to the end user, the children, to go ask mummy, I want to go to this dentist. So I think getting a clear strategy around TikTok and Instagram, and using TikTok into Instagram, because reels at the moment are getting the best engagement over stories and over posts, because Instagram algorithm is prioritizing them. Just a few simple tips. But also, I just want to bring this full circle back to Clubhouse, because I'm conscious that I've got to jump off this now and jump onto another Clubhouse room. So if you're on Clubhouse, come over there, follow me over there. I am with I'm doing tea with Steve, who is a YouTuber, and I think salon owners, definitely, if you're on Clubhouse, come and learn how to do YouTube, because I think that that's something our industry does not utilize very well. And any dance school guys, you know, do the same. Come over, follow us, come and have a chat about YouTube if you're wanting to utilize that in your business.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing about Clubhouse at the moment, lots of business owners are saying to me, well, I don't know how to utilize it. I don't get it. Now, my suggestion to you is, firstly, right now, figure out who your ideal client is, and then go and sit in the rooms that they're talking in, because then you can hear the pain points that they have. You can start to understand them. You know, it took me 12 weeks to have all these conversations with Sue and figure out what she needed from me. You can do that in about a week now. Sit over in Clubhouse, listen to the conversations, figure out what she needs, what she wants, what she's feeling, what she's thinking, because she'll tell you over there. You know, it's a free resource. It's amazing. The second thing I would say is then start opening Clubhouse rooms now with barely anyone in, because you'd start positioning yourself. So if you're a hairdresser in Barnstable, like Lisa, if I was her, I would start connecting with all of the local business owners in Barnstable and start showing up and just doing like around the table chit chat, so that you position yourself and that you hold the room. Everyone knows that it's your room, so they don't then step on your toes, and you make the connections. Now, all of a sudden, all of those business owners know you. They know what you do. They've made a connection. And I'm telling you now, the connections you make on Clubhouse are friendships. Like within a week,
yeah,
best friends with somebody. It's like really, really strange. And everyone's like just helping each other beyond belief over there. You know, like some of the really top guys, I've got their number in my mobile now, and we're having daily conversations. And these are guys that are like my idols, that I never thought I would ever get the chance to have a conversation with. And they're now helping me scale my business to the next level. It's just phenomenal, the outpouring out of love that's going on over there. So figure out who your ideal client is, go and listen to them. And then I want you to start positioning yourself as the go-to expert. So if you've got a dance school, I want you to start positioning yourself as the dance school for busy mums, or the dance school for single parents. Start showing up, having those conversations. Get someone to mod with you, so you're not just doing it on your own. It doesn't feel so scary, but definitely utilize it.
If you're on there, just follow me, add me, and I'll jump on there with you, show you some support by all means.
Absolutely. And we're being asked, how can you get an invite? Well, firstly, you have to be on an iPhone. As Christian said at the very beginning of this, he had to go buy an iPhone to get on there. But that's what happens when you use Android.
Yeah. All right, calm down.
So if you haven't got an iPhone, and I'm going to say, and I reckon Christian's going to back me up here, the investment in going out and buying an iPhone is well worth it.
Oh, massively. I mean, how much business did we do last week just based on that investment?
Yeah. So last week, just to give you an idea of once you get in there and start scaling in there, and again, we can give you help on that. We've created an entire course around how to do that. You know, our first week inside Clubhouse, we made 10K. I want you to understand the power of this place. Yeah. It's phenomenal.
It's same with coaches as well. Like if you're struggling, by all means, like get in touch.
Absolutely. Chris is saying to get on Clubhouse, you need an invite and you need to know a Jen and a Christian. So it was super important for me that Chris Connors, one of my dear best friends, he owns and runs he's the founder of the Coco's Foundation. That's the foundation that I go out to Africa every year and build houses for orphans with, and Chris is the brains behind that entire amazing enterprise. Now, I could see this going mental, and that we've been in rooms where billion-dollar deals have been done. We've been in Shark Tank rooms where, you know, a 16-year-old last night had his life turned upside down by an absolute tycoon, and his life will never be the same again. He's been given an opportunity that nobody would ever get in their life. And I needed Chris on there to start raising awareness of the Coco's Foundation, and Christian had just got onto Clubhouse. I was like, Christian, please, can I have your invite? I would love you forever. I need to get Chris on there. And he so graciously gave Chris his invite. So you need to know somebody that's just got on there, and you need to have your number in their phone book. They cannot invite you unless your number is in their phone book. Mm-hmm. Invites are like gold dust. I was going to say something else then.
People are selling invites on eBay.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it is. People are selling Clubhouse invites on eBay because the opportunities in there are insane.
But let's just dig down, and I've literally got 3 minutes, guys, so I'm going to rush through this. Let's just dig down into what they've done, because this is the best piece of marketing I have ever seen for a social media site in my life. The fear of missing out that they have created is unreal. First of all, you have to have an iPhone. Second of all, you have to know somebody that's already in there. And third of all, that you need to be in their phone book. So it's not just I know you, you've got to actually have a physical connection, and nobody else can get in. Yeah. So they're creating that, I need to get in, I need to get in, I need to get in, I need to get in. Now, their ideal market is business professionals that want to learn how to do business, that want to share how to do business. So those business professionals typically own an iPhone, right? They are typically well connected with others in the same industry. Mm. So they have created a platform and then done their marketing around the ideal client. And I really want you to take stock of that. Chris is saying, and he's going to get undated now, happy to play it forward. He has an invite. So hit Chris up.
There you go.
Brilliant. Thank you, Chris.
That's connecting really people.
And also, and I'm going to say this live just before I sign off, be very, very careful of who you give that invite to, Chris, because I've seen this happen, and I don't want to scare you, but I want to make you aware. If somebody on the app misbehaves, and I had an absolute troll in a room that I was in the other day, and it just got horrible. Some things were being said, some accusations were being thrown about, people were getting kicked off the panel. It was just crazy. Yeah. Now, if anyone gives hate speech or racist speech on that app, they are banned for life. But when that happens, the person that invited them onto the app also gets banned, because it's your fault they're in there. So be very careful. Make sure you vet everybody that you're giving an invite to. I wouldn't put my name to anybody that I don't personally know and that I don't know that is going to absolutely honour that and use it to the best of their ability. So with that said, it is like literally seconds before I'm due onto Clubhouse. So I'm going to sign off. Christian, thank you so much for showing up.
Pleasure. Thank you guys for having me, and we look forward to more of these.
Absolutely.
We've got an announcement to make, haven't we?
Have we got an announcement to make, Christian?
I'm pretty sure we do.
What announcement have we got to make?
So, 25th of January. Put that in your diary. 25th of January, 2 p.m. We will be hosting a live free webinar. Okay, masterclass for any businesses that are out there struggling that needs some kind of guidance or help. If you're thinking of starting a business, if you have a business model that you don't really know where to take it, if you're in the arts, if you're self-employed, and you have an idea or you want to know how you can utilize your skills and turn it into a business, by all means, get involved. Okay, so 25th, we will be throwing out the information, especially in the Facebook group. Guys, do not miss out on this opportunity. The wealth of information that we've accumulated in the last week alone, we are ready to share and pass on, along with some that we already had. So 25th of January, which is the Monday, 2 p.m. I'm sure most of you are at home. Now, this is time to be productive. This is time to take action. This is time to really, really like home in on what it is that you want to achieve for 2021. If you want to make your year better than last year, then this is time to like really, really kick yourself up the backside, grab a notepad and pen and make a mission statement, almost like make yourself a promise. So, okay, cool. Last year was crap, but this year is going to be even better. Yeah, it starts with your mindset. The moment you switch that, everything completely changes. Okay, so 25th of January, 2 p.m. Keep it in your diary. We're about to throw the details within the Facebook group. We're going to put it out on social media platforms. So, and if there's anybody that you feel that could really, really do with this as well, this service, bring them along. Yeah, it's free. It's free of charge. No one's being charged for it. So come along, and we are ready to like share some serious information for you guys to help, especially for my industry. Like I felt really, 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 heartbroken seeing the industry that I love that's given me so much crippled and brought to his knees. So I have to do something about it. I feel compelled. And this is my way of like paying it forward and making sure that the people that, I built relationships with prosper. I want to see everybody win. And I don't mean that in a cheesy way. Like literally, if I've, engaged with you, I feel a certain way for you. So by all means, get involved. Yeah.
I love that. And I think that's what's brought Christian and I both together in business, because both of our industries, the hairdressing and the hair and beauty industry, the dance industry, has been crippled by this pandemic. And we are here to help every single one that we possibly can, save you, help you, move you forward, level you up. However, whatever you need from us, we are here. And again, 25th of January, 2 p.m. It will be live on Zoom. Keep an eye out in the Facebook groups. We'll be dropping the information in the Zoom link to have you all on. We would love for you to come and level up your business skills with us. And again, the ideal client stuff, if you want to DM either of us, if you're an Instagram bunny, my Instagram name is on the screen right now. Forgive me, Christian, actually, I should have put yours up there. What's your Instagram handle?
It's that Big Chris Flawless.
Big Chris Flawless.
Chris with a K.
Yeah. Big kicking K, Chris. Big Chris Flawless.
You just made it sound uncool, man.
So drop us both a message. Give us your bio on your ideal client, and we will get you figuring that out far deeper than what you already are. Guys, I'm out of time. I am now nearly 4 minutes over. They are going to be screaming at me when I get over there. So if you're on Clubhouse, come follow me over there. I'm sure Christian will be there too at some point. I will
I mean, I got a massive to-do list, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. It's hard, isn't it? Really hard. Okay, guys, lots of love to everyone. You. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.